Guys, gals. I got up this morning, decided to come down here and do some chatting. I had some things that I think about, and I wanted to get on here and discuss some things. There's wife and I, there's a lot of, she's a nurse. There's a lot of nurse scuttlebutt going on. Scuttlebutt means that there's a water fountain, and people get together and they chat, right? So I spread rumors back and forth, right? It's not like rumors. It's more like, conversating about the coronavirus and the effects that might have and things to come. And that's kind of the chats that are going on. And it's interesting to hear her take and everything. So I kind of want to get on here and add my 2 cents because it goes with who's licensed, who has the degree, who has the certificates, who has all that. I was a respiratory protection program manager. I actually went to college for respiratory protection, and there's a lot of stuff with. Also had to be certified by OSHA for the Marine Corps, so that also is affiliated with NBC. And I had 6 MOSs when I was in the Corps. I don't get on here and I don't talk about that kind of stuff. It's all about who's qualified. It's to me, I cannot sit and listen to folks that have no qualifications in any of those skill sets, and they get on and they start talking about everything that, oh well, well, there's another unconfirmed resume there. Thank you. It just adds to more craziness and more drama. So don't panic. That's the key thing here, is just don't panic, right? And I have it isn't about what I have. I just want to share. I just want to share. It isn't about what I have. I've accumulated stuff for years. I mean, probably 30 years of crap just accumulated. And I've got everything from nuclear, chemical, biological, hazardous material, all kinds of kits and suits and doodads and masks, and I've got enough masks to give an army. You know what I mean? So if it gets too bad, and my friends and family members need to go to a BOL, they can always come to me, and that's just the way I see it. And I'd rather keep folks alive and fed, and then people die on me, and I could use some extra help because 2 hands doesn't get me very far. I've got 4 technically, counting the wife, but it isn't as easy, when you're on your own. It's good to have somebody hold something for you while you put screws or nails in it. I wanted to talk about the don't panic, okay? Because there's a lot of people panic and buying, and I saw some posts online the other day saying they're looking for 50-pound bags of rice and they can't find any. Please help, and all this crazy stuff, and it's like a lot of folks are jumping into the panic spending and panic buying and respirators. I was looking online. I have a whole. Hang on a second. Wasn't really planning to do a show and tell, but I wanted to talk about something real quick. I could not believe when I found out that online, I don't know what all I got in here, online mask like this, and I've got tons of filters, masks like this, and here's another one, and then here's another one. Here's a different number, 23, I think. But masks like that are 10 grand. They're 10 grand right now, and they're like $100, $100 mask. Something like this, they're outrageous. Something like this. These are just extras. These are all in my extra box that I keep. And over here, I was looking at this. It was just outrageous, some of the stuff that had been jacked up on price in the past few days because of everything going on. But it's like people were tripping on me when I told them, it's like, well, if you got hit by a nuke, let's just say that we all got just, even if it's a surface or air or air burst or whatever you want to call it, ground impact, it doesn't matter. It's like, well, how would you survive fallout? Well, at that point, you're getting cooked by nukes anyway. You're getting cooked by radiation, And you still, I mean, you could double up on a bandana and be fine. And people trip out because a lot of the stuff that floats through the air, you can catch with a bandana. Like, well, I would double up on your bandana, not just one, at least two bandanas. So I tell people, stop panicking. An N95 mask. What is that? It's P100. It's a P100. P100 is super thin. There's really, I mean, there's enough. It catches a lot of particles. If people cough and spray on you, it catches all that. Okay, and I got stuff. I think that one's for nuclear. There's one. It's one that I have one that's a weird one. It's like for catching radiation. I have some weird filters, but they're from all over the place. All right. So these are all. There's a couple of masks in each one of my kits. I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to do show and tell, but it just kind of happens. There's that colloidal silver where everybody wants this stuff. Well, I don't blame them. I got so much weird stuff in here. Nukepills.com. Okay. Weird. So I don't even know what I have. I was just looking for. There we go. I knew I had some in this one. I got them all over the place. I got cases of these things. Here's a cool one. Wow, I should probably put that in my bag. Anyways, but here's this thing right here is like, my wife said she looked the other day and they're selling these for like $100 a piece. And it's, what the heck? I can make money right now if I wanted to. I'm just kidding. I'd never do that. No one's life. No, I would never do that to someone's life. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, stuff like this. And a lot of the imports that we get are from China. So you're going to see like Walmart go out of business or something like that. And if there is some sort of pandemic type thing, I wouldn't take any chances. If you can't bug out, I would not run around in the city, and weeks later, if it does get that crazy, if we start talking sci-fi or science fiction movies where there's dead bodies all over the city and the city starts to smell and things like that, of course you'd want to get the heck out of there. You wouldn't want to stay long, and people are going to be dressing up as cops. People are going to be dressing up as military. There's going to be military martial law, so people are going to dress up as military. There's going to be, as you were, medical martial law. I meant to say medical. I'm not going to edit that. It's okay. Medical martial law, and that includes the same details. It includes quarantine, and people, they say, well, they like to be gentle and say quarantine. When you start seeing military and they declare martial law, I'm just saying, if it gets declared, you're talking medical martial law. Let me put these things somewhere else. Some of these things take up a lot of room in these kits that I make, and then I try to get them back together, and then it didn't work out that great for me, so I end up having to do it later. So anyway, but yeah, medical martial law is a thing. And if it gets declared, you can expect a force of medical staff. I mean, you could be strapped down, you can't leave, whatever the case, to keep you from infecting other people. That has a lot to do with that. I don't know what else. Panicking and buying stuff. Okay, you go to the grocery store. Don't look like the weirdo or get targeted by your neighbors or whoever, buying a ton of food, loading it up in your truck. I wouldn't do that. I would space it out. If it's you and a spouse, I would just do 2 separate trips. If you are unprepared at the moment and you want to get more food, my suggestion to all this trash that's going on is to stay away from dense, heavy populated areas. If your Walmart looks like Chinatown, don't go there. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean like Chinese or anything. I mean just people crowded everywhere. Okay, if you can't move around so good and your places that you go, then I would highly recommend staying away from those places and shop somewhere else for the meantime. You know what I mean? Uh, but that just keeps you from getting sick. If if it gets that bad, if it gets that bad, we are totally talking some it hit big overnight kind of stuff. Okay, I'm not trying to scare anybody. That's just the way I think, right? The other thing, space yourself out, getting stuff, taking it home, because the key thing is that someone's watching you unload all that stuff. And if you have to do it that way because you got no other option and it's just you, then do it at night. If you're going to buy it all, then buy it all, leave it in the car, wait for nightfall, and then unpack it. Don't let your neighbors and folks know that you got that much food, or they're going to come knocking. And stock up on screws and nails and black plastic. It helps. Black plastic works as body bags as well, and duct tape. So if you need more space, and it also helps with plenty of trash bags. If I told anybody to stock up for something like this right now, it would definitely be clean air filters and all kinds of silliness. I'd have the craziest list, but it would be cheap list. It'd be an affordable list. What makes sense? Bleach, Lysol, blah, blah, blah. You get people all the time making these little videos where they're like, 9 items you need or you're going to die. It's okay, bro. You haven't survived anything. Just keep breathing, homie. You know what I mean? So anyway, what challenges have you faced? None. Anyway, it's great to have a McDonald's next to your house, right? I don't have that option. Dang it. Man, kids, no Happy Meal. I'm just saying. Anyway, but just think about it and just don't. I wouldn't get stupid like those other people. They're gonna get crazy. They're gonna get crazy, and they just need to calm down, stay out of those dense areas, and if anything, if you can't get a N95 mask, which there's plenty of them out there, and I mean you can go all over the place and find them in any little medical kit or something in heavy factories and stuff. They usually have all kinds of weird stuff like that, and they're free to factory workers. Just saying. So keep that in mind, because it's OSHA standard that you have to keep that trash. Just look for an N95, something real simple. They're all marked N95 usually if they're qualified. If they're non-qualified, they don't have any marks on them. Anyways, or just 2 bandanas. Call it a day. God bless you guys and take care. I hope this helps. It's Spaghetti Friday for me, so I'm going to be busy the rest of the day. I had to get up early and do this because I really was concerned, because there's a lot of people freaking out. So I just want to calm people down. Just don't panic about it. Don't be a nervous wreck about it. Don't freak yourself out. I hate fearmonger. I hate that trash. It really upsets me. I want to punch somebody in the face. But especially when someone scared the crap out of me, I just want to pop them real good. Anyway, I got Spaghetti Friday. I got spaghetti to make. I still drive a few counties over and help the soup kitchen, and it's just something that I like to do. And anyways, but I would, if I had one wish, just like I've said before, I would wish for everyone to be selfless and less self-absorbed. Anyway, God bless you guys again, and take care.